is another thing that Beth does really, really well, is recognize volunteers. Uh, Tell us, Beth, some of the ways that you do that, because I see this all the time. And people, a lot of people like to do things anonymously, but I would say an overwhelming majority of people, even if they don't want, you to make a huge deal about it, they love to know that people recognize the efforts they put in. And Beth does a great job with that. What are some of the ways that you recognize to help you out?
So the minor thing is we have a Facebook page, Friends of the Valdez Rec Facebook page, and every event we do, and now we're 5 years into it, and it's constant. I still take pictures of every volunteer who's there, and after every event, thank them and mention everybody's name on the Facebook page and thank them for coming. We also have a monthly e-newsletter that goes out, and I'll summarize our volunteer activities and who was there and who's doing what, just constantly getting their name out there and thanking them for all they do. And when we're out there, I always take waters and snacks and that kind of things. I've tried to start doing a little more things special as we've started having more money within our budget. And for the trailblazers who built the trail Doug was talking about at Lakeside Park that we spent 6 months on it, I had special t-shirts made for them that says FVR Trailblazers and a special logo. And after you came to 3 of the trail building work days, you got a free t-shirt, and those are not available for sale. Other people in the community aren't going to have them. You're only able to have one if you've been out there working for the trail. And this past year we didn't have a dinner, but we had heavy appetizers, a volunteer recognition event. And again, this is where we're talking about having the support of the town. Our mayor came to the event to thank the volunteers and thank Friends of the Valdez Rec for all we've done for the department and for the town. And Doug was there too, giving thanks. So we would be nowhere without our volunteers. We have a core group of 15 volunteers who, work their butts off and are always there. And then we have some that come and go, and that's great too, because everybody's busy. But it is so important to, make sure they know you appreciate them.
Absolutely. Another thing is transparency. And you guys may know some booster clubs in Burke County where we're involved in a sports program through the county where we put teams from the recreation department into a county league. And the way they put teams together in the county is we have a lot of elementary schools in the county, and each of those elementary schools basically has a booster organization, except here in Valdez where our elementary school plays through the rec department. But most of the elementary schools have booster organizations where the parents form these groups, and a lot of money is coming through there for uniform purchases and sales of concessions and taking gate at ball games and things like that. And we've seen it, I'm sure some of you have seen it, that since I've been here, there's probably been at least 3 of these booster organizations that have had major scandals because there is not transparency, because things are not being done above board. Beth, can you tell them a little bit about some of the efforts you make to be totally transparent in all the things that you're doing through the Friends group?
Yes, with the fundraising for the park, as I was saying, for Valdez Lakeside Park, that got into millions of dollars. And so one thing I did on our website, we're friendsofthevaldezrec.org, and we have every donor listed and how much they have given. So there was a running total the whole time of exactly how much money we have, how much is in our bank account, who has given what was actually given to the town, because some bigger organizations want to donate to the town and not to Friends. We have a running total of what's going on with our money at all times, and with our events and what we're doing and who's at what meetings. So everything is open. I even am glad for people if they want to come in and look at our books. I'm not going to post every single, this is what we spend on postage and whatever, but I have had some people asked and invited them to come in, and I'll get up the software and show them everything. Just, I don't know why sometimes people want to be suspicious, or they're just not sure a good thing can really be that good, that something weird must be going on. So I am a rules girl, so there's nothing going wrong, and I want to make sure everybody's comfortable, and I try to put out as much information as I can. I don't want anyone to question and think poorly of us, my board members, the rec, or any projects we have going on.
Absolutely. The other thing that our Friends group has done really well, and she talked about getting some advice up front, but she has really done a great job of creating partnerships with other groups out there. And it's really opened up a lot of opportunities even for us as a rec department, because she's kind of dragged us along at times with some things, and not really in a great way. She's just even made us aware sometimes of some opportunities that we had. So tell us about some of the partnerships that you have and some of the different groups you work with.
Well, some just come out of the blue. One was the North Carolina Wildlife Federation. I won't say out of the blue, but when we first got the property for Valdez Lakeside Park, we have this thing we called Plastic Cove. And there's a cove on the property that had probably 100 years of sun-drop bottles and lighters and styrofoam and who knows what all, and it looked about 10 feet deep. And we were worried about how to handle this and what to do. I'm not even sure how Doug found this contact, but he called Tim Guestwicki at the North Carolina Wildlife Federation. And so Tim came out and looked at the property. We were afraid people were going to cut up their feet and get diseases from breathing in the trash, and it was going to be a disaster. And Tim said, well, it's no big deal. We got this. We just need waiters. But still, it just helped us feel better that they came in on the day of our cleanup. We had 65 people from the community at this cleanup to clean all the plastic out and fill a full dump truck with it. But it helped that to have somebody there, you know, leading the way, showing us what to do. And then from that, we've ended up having our own North Carolina Wildlife Federation chapter here in Valdez. It's the Catawba River Coalition. And we work with them on things like we did a river cleanup over the past week, and we have a butterfly garden at the park. So it just opened our eyes to another group, another way to see conservation through. Our land trust, Foothills Conservancy of North Carolina, has been with us from the beginning of this project, because first, as Doug mentioned, Crescent owned the land, and we didn't know anything about negotiating with Crescent and dealing with Crescent. So they've been there kind of holding our hand, giving us ideas, helping us know how things happen, like a ribbon cutting for closing on the property. I wouldn't have thought of anything like that, and they're saying you need to do it. And here, all the way up to the bridge, they just made a donation to us to help finalize the bridge. And as we talked about, the library, your Rotary clubs, Eagle Scouts, just anybody you can partner with to share the load. And, you know, I used to think, well, I don't want anybody else getting in on the limelight or having our name. I mean, that's just that many more people. When you partner with somebody, they're telling their organizations. And, you know, so get out there and work together.
Absolutely. You've done a great job of doing that, and it's really opened up some great relationships for us to work with other folks as well. Also, Friends of Valdez Rec has a seat on the Valdez Recreation Commission, which has been a great thing, because that's always been we have a recreation commission, like I'm sure all of you do as well, of some citizens who come together to talk about some of these things. And it always helps to have someone from the Friends of Valdez Rec to be a part of that commission, so that they can, you know, further inform some of the folks that are on our recreation commission that may not be part of the Friends group. And it just expands some of the influence and some of the community support that you can get on these things. So it's been really important for us to do that. And I would encourage you, if you have a recreation commission that helps you in your planning for your department, community organization, that you find a seat for someone in one of your friends groups to be a part of that.